Yeah, and that's a good point because I would like to do like a 4-track singer-songwriter EP as well. It's just hard. Songs take so long to like record and so much money, and so you really got to pick what you want to do. It's not like you can bring out a song every week. A comedian mate of mine was like, "Oh, so if you played a song live and it didn't go well, like you'd go back and you'd change it?" And it's like, no. Once you write a song, it's done, and no one's going to tell you afterwards, "Oh, that line was shit," or whatever. Like, you just write a song and then you play it for people, and then that's it, and then they just clap. So then that's it. But yeah, you get up and you do jokes, and if people laugh really hard, you go, "Oh my god, okay, I can keep that joke and lose some other ones." Or when there's silences, you go, "Okay, I'm never going to say that to any person ever again." You could try like a 360 camera. I just bought one for weddings, and it's like that big, and you just go, and it films all around.
Really?
Yeah, and then you can just in post, it's super easy to edit. You can just scroll to any view.
So you just need one camera, and then
it's about that big on a stand. I know I just got one last week and used it at the wedding, so I was like, just on a stand, chuck it on there.
And then you just go look around and cut out whatever you need from it.
Once you get in the editing software, yeah, you find whatever point you want and scroll to wherever.
Epic. That could be a good solution, because we're always like, oh, we need this phone and that phone.
Yeah, dude, because I bought like a really good camera to try and learn how to film, and took it to weddings sometimes, but it's just like...
What's the brand of that thing?
It's called the Insta360 X4. So look them up.
Insta360 X4.
But yeah, I'm loving it so far. I've only used it one weekend, but I was like, this is so much easier than having a big camera and then only having one shot. I was like, oh, what if I want DJ videos? Should I set up my phone on me and then another? And then a photographer told me about it. I was like, no shit, just put it on all night. And then, yeah, later be like, oh, someone abused me. I'm going to find that clip.
How often does that happen to you?
Too often. That was my second thought about the camera. I was like, oh, and if anyone swears at me or something, I'll have proof.
Oh.
I was playing it. I guess I don't know. We're not recording anyway, but
We are.
We are?
Yeah.
There was a dude, I was playing DJ Michael Jackson at a wedding, and this drunk guy came up and was like, you can't play music by a pedophile. I was like, oh, it's all good, man. He's like, why the fuck are you playing? Like, having a go. I was like, oh no, is this the night that, is this when it's all going to happen? I was like, oh man, it's not that serious. Like, maybe just head inside for a bit, and just kept going. I was like, oh man, if you keep going, I'm going to have to pack up.
I don't know too much of the, I know I've heard a lot about Michael Jackson and that sort of stuff, but like, is there any convictions, or is it all just?
There's not. Look, if you watch, I'd bet that he was. I guess it's a bigger discussion.
Gee, we're starting out super controversial.
Yeah, we are. It's a weird one, man. Dude, you play a remix to Ignition R. Kelly at a wedding and it goes off. No one ever complains. I know, it's such a weird blurred line. When I hear about modern day people who do stuff, I don't like them when anyone does bad stuff, but it skews their music. But I don't know, maybe Michael Jackson's music is so good. Yeah, it's like even I put up a photo wearing Michael Jackson pants as like a piss take. So like, I will take the piss out of him and be like, what a weird dude he was. I think he probably did some sus stuff, but also be like, oh, I'm going to keep listening to Don't Stop Till You Get Enough.
Yeah, there's a cult. Well, I think he just reached a point of such like cultural...
For sure.
Like he was culture, if you know what I mean, and it influenced culture so much, and it's really hard to detangle that. But we've had this discussion before where it's like, at what point do you separate the artist from the art, or is that are they inextricably linked and we shouldn't do that? But then like MJ at a wedding, they're like so deep in the psyche of humans that it's like, you're not really considering Michael Jackson, you're just listening to this song.
For sure, dude, and that's the first time, and I was surprised that happened. And as I said, dude, R. Kelly always goes off, and I would think of him as more... I'd be more likely to not, like, I wouldn't look up R. Kelly on Spotify and go, I might just go through an album, which maybe I should be able to separate him more, but just the tang left from R. Kelly would just be like, I might not look him up, you know. But Michael Jackson, I would, you know, go, oh yeah, Thriller's on, I'll turn that up. But I don't know what that means. I'm not political. I'm just like, I don't know. I like good music. Am I allowed to listen to it? Or? And you're right. I guess that, there wasn't a conviction. But if you haven't, you should watch the two-part Neverland dive.
I've heard about
really
that.
Good for the worst reasons. But you do watch it and go, I'm pretty sure he did all that.
Probably did it.
I'm pretty sure he did all that. There's photos of him like in like pajamas, in like having sleepovers at random suburban kids' bedrooms. Like photos of him like in the corner in PJs. You're like, so what? Okay, that no adult man has a photo like that. No. So that, you know, people are like, well, there was no proof, and it's like, yeah, but why can I see a photo of him at 30 in a random young suburban boy's bedroom? Like not just like a random house, being like, I'll come over for dinner. Like, yeah. But maybe he was just weird. I don't know. But if that was anyone else, you'd go, oh, dude, don't do that. If we saw a Cam post on Instagram and some kid, we go, Cam, get out of there immediately. Like, it's a bad look, bro.
You can't be doing that. I think it's very, very well established.
Anyway. But let's talk about stuff we can actually put on a podcast.
No, all of that's staying
Take
in.
one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey man, it's your pod. I stand by what I say.
We'll chuck. Well, yeah, you knew you were on the record, so we'll know.
That's fine, man.
We like our organic entries, even when they are speaking about Michael Jackson and the blurred lines and all that kind of stuff. But no, it's fine. Well, with that being said, Brandon Duff, thank you for coming in.
Hey,
thank you.
Just got here, just sat down in that moment. So it's a real pleasure, guys.
Well, it's funny because we obviously know you well. This is interview number 4 for Brandon Duff. You're no longer the record holder, as we covered before we started recording. Yeah, you got some ground to make up.
Yep. And I will.
And you will. I believe that. We believe that. But it's funny. We've got this for listeners. I'm currently at Sonora Studios. I have come straight from work. I'm dirty. Like there's a rip in my pants that Brandon can't see. There's like, I've got dirt on my knees. I'm looking a bit rough. Cam has potentially gastro and he's dialing in from home. We've got this elaborate camera microphone set up, but we're all doing it. But you know what? This was completely doable because we were interviewing you. And we say that with the most complimentary tone. Yeah, we knew you'd be cool with that. You'd roll with that. There's
a lot of ways you can take that.
Yeah.
And personally, in this moment, I'm taking offense, but you know, I guess I'm here, aren't I? No, I appreciate you guys squeezing me in. I only hit up you guys a couple of days ago. I was like, I gotta talk to some people about these songs, and here we are.
Well, as Eamonn mentioned to you as well, like we've been speaking about you on our podcast for a little while now, and then you reached out to us and it was like, well, you almost deserve your right of reply in this circumstances.
Oh, wow.
So
no, I appreciate that. I know I see clips floating around and some of the lads, and yeah, it's good to be here to say my piece. So let's get into this confrontation, shall we?
Yeah. So
that's the real reason I'm from home. I don't like the confrontation.
Oh man!
No, we literally called you out on our chat with Chelsea Berman. I think in the nicest way possible, because Chelsea Berman had usurped you. Actually, Sammy Constantine usurped you, and then Chelsea Berman has also usurped you. So, and then you conveniently had a EP that you were dropping, and then all of a sudden that's just, and now you're in the studio not 2 weeks after that call out. Coincidence? I think not.
You know, full respect to those girls, but I will be taking them both down. It's kind of where we'll leave that. I'll see who's going to get to number 10 first. Who's going to get to 50 first? We're kind of in the first. If this was a decathlon, this would be like whatever the second one is that they do. What is that? I don't know, but that's where we're at. So let's see what happens when we're 50 years old.
And you're in the cycling.
And we're in the cycling.
Yeah, you need to be laps ahead.
Yeah.
Laps ahead.
100%.
But it is good to have you in with us, and you do genuinely have an EP. That is the main reason we're talking. It is lovely to catch up. And we spoke kind of before we started recording. There's some other things you've been doing that I'd love to talk about.
Yeah, for sure.
And that we'd love to talk about. But you do have an EP that is due out very soon. So tell us a bit about that.
Yeah. So, been working on this for a year and a half, just here and there, working with different producers. And I'm so glad it's finally about to be here. It starts to creep up on you. When something takes like over a year, you just get so used to it being in the back of your mind and not like planning for it. And then you upload it to Spotify and you get everything in order and you're like, oh my God, I've got like a week before this thing comes out and people are going to hear it. So hopefully people like it. If you don't, just don't Just don't tell me about it. I think is the best way.
I can relate though. I mean, because I had a wedding earlier this year and we had close to a 2-year engagement. So it was a long engagement. We planned it so we could save up for the wedding and the house. But because it was so far away, everything, until you got to a month out, you're like, oh shit, the wedding.
Yeah.
It's happening, because for so long it's just been, oh yeah, that's ages away. And then it's here. So I can relate to that experience with the EP.
Yeah, for sure. Who did you have play at your wedding?
Not Brandon Duff. I said to my wife, we are not getting that guy.
Oh, that's right. I do weddings as well. I wasn't even thinking about that. But yeah, that's weird that I didn't get a call or anything, but that's cool.
No, you were blacklisted from our
No, fair enough. Fair enough, actually.
But let's talk about actually we were talking about your wedding stuff. That's what started the MJ conversation that may or may not be included in this podcast. But let's talk about the EP. You said you've been working on it for a year or so. It's called Overrated. Is it 5 tracks, 4 tracks?
4 tracks, including the previous release, Chase That High.
So you've got 3 new tracks. Chase It High is included in that. You've been working on it for over a year. Let's start at the beginning of that process for you. So what prompted the EP move, and what is it as a body of work to you?
So I was working on the first single in Sydney with Peter Holes. I just always, work with different producers for things, and I don't know why. Just I don't know, something different, still trying to find my flavor. And then we finished it, and then I was like, oh, it'll be fun to do like an EP. I was like, oh, I'll just hold on to it for a bit and see what happens. And then got on to Sam Harper, whose artist name is Harper, who's a cool producer, musician from Sydney. And I did 2 songs with him, Unforgettable and Northern Lights, to beef it up. And which took some time. We started doing that in December last year, and it's taken this long to get everything done. So hot songs burning a hole in my pocket. It feels weird. It feels weird to have more than one song that's going to come out. So I'm keen. And
with all those songs too, they're quite different as well. Do you put that down to working with different producers on the EP, or was that you? Because I know we spoke to you last time and you said you didn't want to be put into a box and you like to experiment with different sounds. So what's in your opinion, the reason for the songs being quite different sonically? Is it a decision that you made? Was it the different producers having their input? What ultimately was the result of that?
Yeah, I think working with different producers, usually if I'll have a song, it'll probably be pretty acoustic, and there might be like 3 different ways it can go. So I might just relay that to the producer, and then kind of until we've been recording for a day, I don't even kind of know properly how it's going to sound until we kind of do it. So this could just be like a straight up band song. This could have live drums. This could have fake drums. This could be a stripped back song. Even Northern Lights, that was just a slip in. So I was like, oh, this could just be like acoustic guitar and vocals. And then within one day, Harper made all the production that is on it now. And it turned into something a bit more fully fleshed out. I can take you to the Northern Lights, fly across an ocean for the night, to stay inside your love. I'll go anywhere with you. Take a plane on up to Tokyo. Speak a language we don't even know. So I think just working with different producers and doing the other song so long ago, I guess I wasn't thinking of it so much as like a cohesive piece of work, but I think there's still a flow to it narratively, and ends on like a, kind of down tempo, chill, semi-depresso love song.
But full of love, full of love. And those, because there's a love theme. I'd say there's a love theme throughout for sure. Is that, when you're writing that, is that directed at your current partner? Is that what prompts that spark within you?
So
Because
let me think.
Northern Lights sounded very specifically about long distance.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So I've never been in a long distance relationship, but for all my songs, it's like a blend of personal experience and like fictional narrative. It's never like a biography of my life. And then especially we're doing like comedy and learning more about writing jokes and just trying to write skits, and now just listening to a lot about, you know, how people write screenplays and stories and narratives. It's kind of, just like a lot of stories kind of influenced by real life things of me or other people. Tied together with some kind of fictional stuff as well. So it's a bit of a blend. But I've never been in a long distance relationship. But it does obviously have elements of me and my partner. We talk. Tokyo gets mentioned in there, and we talk about going to Japan. It's interesting, and I feel like that's fun and less restrictive if you just like maybe start with a nugget of yourself, but then. Yeah, so I kind of started with that, and like, you know, the idea of I'll go anywhere with you, or you're always being with your partner, or them following you around. A lot of girlfriends, you'll be like, oh, I've got to go to Aaron, and they'll be like, yeah, sweet, where are we going? You're like, oh, okay, sweet. They're like, what are we doing tomorrow? It's like, I don't know, I've got to go to the post office. They're like, sweet, yeah, I'm keen to come with you. I don't know why. It seems to be a girlfriend thing. When she wants to go anywhere, I'm like, I'd rather kind of just stay at home. So I guess it kind of, that was kind of the bubble of it. And then, the thought of like, oh, okay, like this fits well with like, I'd go anywhere with you. Like I could take you anywhere. We're far apart, fly across the ocean. So evolved into that.
On that production thing that you mentioned, I think it was Easy. Was it Easy Love?
Easy Love was the last one.
If the weekend was born in Gosford was your quote.
I did say that.
Of that one. And that was you spoke. Cam referenced it before, but you spoke about how you'd like to experiment with different producers.
Yeah,
you've done the same thing on this EP. Like, is that a process you're going to continue doing? Because you've been doing this for a while now, and you keep bouncing between producers, which must be very rewarding and interesting. But are you searching for a sound, or are you just like, no, let's go, let's do different things, and that's kind of like your MO?
I think it's a bit of both. And after Easy Love tanked, I was like, okay, we're not gonna. Maybe we're flowing across too many genres. It's hard because you don't want to. Like, I love that 2000s pop. Like American Pie, Sum 41, cool, happy vibes. But then I love, the kind of modern electronic pop, bop kind of vibes. So it's hard to stick to one thing. I feel like we're getting somewhere. Electric guitars, live drums or drums that are pretending to be live, and cool melodies. So we're narrowing in slowly.
And then how do you balance the music that you're making for your own projects and then also doing your cover gigs or your wedding and those events as well? Because that's obviously you and a guitar, and it's a lot more singer-songwritery, which is you're practicing that muscle where when you're going into the studio to record, you just mentioned it's the noughties pop and the more modern, upbeat pop as well. So how do you go about trying to balance everything that way?
Yeah, and that's a good point, because I would like to do like a 4-track singer-songwriter EP as well. It's just hard. Songs take so long to like record and so much money, and so you really got to pick what you want to do. It's not like you can bring out a song every week. My normal job is just like playing a guitar and singing stripped back stuff. Yeah, it's a lot. Doing music all the time in all different areas of your life. It's a lot. And then now apparently I want to be a comedian as well, which is just, it's struggling to keep my head above water, if I'm going to be honest, boys, with everything that's going on. Yeah, I don't know. I get really bored of doing stuff, and I like creating things, and I like to be excited about what I'm doing. And I feel like when you concentrate on one thing for so long, it's not exciting anymore, and you're just like finishing it to try and get it done. But when you focus on something new, or maybe you like try writing jokes for a day and then you get really keen about that. And then another day you might sit down, try and write a song. You're like, oh yeah, I'm keen about that. So it's nice having a few different things. I don't know. Maybe I have some like ADHD. Go, oh, I definitely do. But undiagnosed. Yeah. It's just, it's funner when you can have different pockets where you go like, I'm going to focus on this for an hour. Now I'm going to focus on this, and go back and forth. So I think that's what I'm trying to do. And we will see if, that comes to a head or just explodes into a beautiful flame of fireworks.
And let's use that as a good a segue as ever to talk about the comedy stuff, because that was really interesting. And I am curious, we were speaking about it a bit off mic, but I was on Instagram, on the Homebrewed Instagram, and I was like, so Brandon is funny. And I was like, wait, that's Brandon Duff. Hang on a minute. But the shoe fits so well because you're a funny guy. And you've always been an entertaining interviewee. That's right. Yeah, that's correct. And like good energy, good funny energy. I saw you playing at Long Jetty not long ago, and you had a funny stage presence as well. So it all checks out. But let's talk about where that came from. And now you've been like, how is that going? And are you angling for a genuine stand-up shows in front of people, or like making a living out of this more than just an Instagram?
For sure. I just love funny stuff. I love to laugh. Sometimes musicians can be like a real shit hang. Just sometimes, let's be honest. Just as far as like laughing or like not taking yourself too seriously, sometimes, most of them, can be like, I don't know, a little bit too serious. So like a good mate of mine, Jesse O'Neill, like we've been friends forever. He's a muso and he's also hilarious. So we always just, I'll go over to his and we will just talk shit all night about ridiculous, funny ideas, or imagine if this happened to someone, just the stupidest shit. I've always loved comedy. Yeah, check out the page. A lot of people still don't know it exists. Brandon.is.funny. So just a nice outlet to be like, hey, this is where stupid shit's gonna pop up. So it has nothing to do with music. So if you're here and you see something and you go, that was weird, it's like, well, you signed up by clicking on the page. But yeah, we got some random skits on there. I've been doing stand up at Newcastle Comedy Club. Check it out if you haven't been. It's awesome. And some in Sydney. I've been doing it like a year and a half now. And wow. It's really fun. So a lot of open mics and a few proper shows. But yeah, I'd love to put my own stand up show together. Maybe something might be in the works. Who knows, lads?
That's that sounds like a bit of a hint, if you ask me. You mentioned Jesse O'Neill. One of the videos that I watched was the frozen spag bowl. And I just, he's featured in that video too. It's very like TikTok sketch comedy type. Yeah. The setup. It's hilarious. And then at the end, it's still cold in the middle.
Yeah, dude. How ridiculous is that? Yeah. So a lot of skits and stuff, which is fun. And especially, with Instagram and TikTok, if you're trying to be funny, it's got to be like bang, 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 so people don't scroll. But we're also, oh my God, there's so much going on. I've also been doing improv at the Improv Theatre Sydney. Shout out for
improv acting or comedy.
It's kind of like both. So check it out. Improv Theatre. It's a dedicated learning space for improv. They got 6 levels of improv. Improv has a real curriculum, and you wouldn't think that, but real based after like the Chicago style improv, like Groundlings and the Upright Citizen Brigade. Of course, you guys know all about this.
Of course. And, Cam and I were talking about it earlier today.
And they got musical improv courses and even stand-up comedy courses. Anyway, so I've been doing that for like about a year. And we're actually going to film like a proper 3-minute horizontal style filming. Remember when we filmed things horizontally and not vertically? Wasn't that a crazy time? We're going to film a video there in the next couple of weeks where we play psychics, and we're doing a psychic show, but we're real pieces of shit. So that'll be fun. We've written it to do something that doesn't have to be like bang, 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 we're in a gay club. Now I'm gay. Now I'm engaged. I have a baby. Oh, it's still cold in the middle, which is hilarious and great. But this will be a bit more of that like Chris Lilly / Auntie Donna, like let stuff breathe kind of stuff. So super keen for that. Keep your eyes out on that. Can't remember what the questions are anymore. I just got so much going on. Am I going to have a breakdown one day? I don't know.
If you're going to do it, make sure it's on mic, because it's really good content for us, please.
That'll be a waste. I'll start filming somehow.
Yeah, or just do it in an interview with us.
I will try to make that happen, boys.
No, it's really great. And I like, because we are obviously music focused, right? Central Coast music focused. However, I do like the idea of us being Central Coast culture focused.
For
generally.
sure.
And like you are foraying into that world. So I don't think it's remiss of us to step outside of it, because I am curious about the comedy stuff as well. You are a musician, and you've been a musician for a long time. You're used to playing in front of people and performing. What is the difference in terms of, because for me, like, have you seen the Impractical Jokers?
Yes.
And they get him to go up and do a comedy show with absolutely no preparation. That seems like the most scary thing in the entire world. Obviously, you would have preparation. However, like, how does that go basically for you in terms of it compared to the music that you would normally perform in front of people, stepping up on stage and saying, you have to laugh at my jokes?
Yep, scariest thing I've ever done, 100%. And yeah, I guess apparently doing music it must be a little bit easier for me. But first time I did it, holy crap, still, I mean, I've probably done it 30, 40 times now. And yeah, dude, it's really scary. At least with music, even if you're in an open mic, it's someone's shit, which is, you know, if it's an open mic of music, there's going to be someone who's not shit, but shit. But at the end, you just have to clap, right? And they go, hell yeah, that was mad. That's all you have to do. But with stand up, if your jokes aren't good, you know pretty quickly. And yeah, you get up there and you're like, there's 20 points where people need to laugh in this next 5 minutes. And if they don't at any of these points, I'm going to be pretty upset and be like, holy shit, this is bad. So yeah, it's crazy, man. I reckon it must be performance-wise the scariest, hardest, but great because you get instant feedback and you can change a joke, or straight away. Where with a song, a comedian mate of mine was like, oh, so if you played a song live and it didn't go well, like you'd go back and you'd change it? And it's like, no, once you write a song, it's done, and no one's going to tell you afterwards, oh, that line was shit or whatever. Like, you just write a song and then you play it for people, and then that's it, and then they just clap, so then that's it. But yeah, you get up and you do jokes, and if people laugh really hard, you go, oh my God, okay, I can keep that joke and lose some other ones. Or when there's silences, you go, okay, I'm never going to say that to any person ever again.
Are you wanting to combine comedy and music and sort of become like a comedy music act? Because we've seen that work quite well for a lot of people over the years. Yeah.
So I haven't done like any like funny songs or anything like that, but I would like to. But I was like, I just want to do like try and learn like a bit of try and do stand up first, like how everyone else has to, without being like, oh look, I've got a guitar, so I've got a bit of a crutch to kind of fall back on. But yeah, I would like to, and yeah, maybe we're writing a little show together or something. I don't know.
Brandon and Brandon.
I don't know. Brandon. So yeah, I would like to write a show that has like stand up, couple like funny songs, some audience participation, and things like that. So maybe in the next couple of months we will have another interview, and I will be even closer to taking over Chelsea, and we'll be able to chat about that as well. But yeah, and also so much easier to, rather than trying to organize like a band night with, we all love live music, of course, and I need to keep going. But as a solo artist who doesn't have a band and needs to organize band members in different bands to play, I'm hoping it will be easier to be like, oh, it's just me, and I just need to plan like sound cues and whatever, and then hopefully people show up. But if only 4 people show up, I'm cool with just like driving them absolutely nuts on stage for 50 minutes, tell jokes and being a lunatic. So hopefully that's some sort of positive as well. All these touring comedians, what are they? They don't even have to bring a microphone. Well, they just show up to a venue and they walk out on stage and they make $80 million and they just kind of, do they even sound check? I want to see Joe Rogan's sound check on tour. Like, how easy is that? It's not fair.
It's a good point. You don't need to. That's why you're not going down the music comedy route, is it? It's because you don't want to lug your guitar. You don't want to do any sound checks. You just want to rock up and start talking smack and then get paid for it.
Yeah, that's right. So, those are the goals. But yeah, so I'd like to combine things. You want your personality to like shine, and you want people to come and enjoy you for the same reason your friends do. So sometimes it's hard if you're just doing like an acoustic set playing sad songs. You're like, this isn't all the reasons why I'm interesting and people enjoy me. So I feel like that's kind of a key to, if you can reflect your personality and people can be like, oh, okay, I see why this guy might be like fun to hang around, or I can see a bit more insight into his life. I think people like that. So we're going to try for that. This interview is all over the place, guys.
Hey, we're setting the benchmark here with with how I led this interview in the me in the work clothes and the Cam with the gastro, but it is genuinely it is great to have you in, and it is really good to hear about this comedy stuff. It does feel like the natural progression, I think, and I resonate with what you say about playing sad songs and not reflecting your personality, because we know the Brandon Duff that's there, the Brandon Duff that jokes about hiding in the ceiling, and even when releases Easy Love says if the weekend was born in Gosford. So does it feel nice to be accessing that part of your personality in the other part of your personality that likes to perform and create as well, rather than just being funny domestically?
It does,
amongst
man.
Friends.
And it's doing the Instagram, TikTok, stupid sketches and stuff. It's fun when it's always, people always have ideas, and it's so hard to work out what avenue to like show that idea or what content to release to show that idea. And you can have funny lines in like songs, like, non-comedy songs, but it's always fun where you can have an idea or something where you go, oh, that's weird, or that sounds fun, or, oh, microwave meals take so long and they're always cold in the middle, and, oh, imagine if you like turned gay and had a whole life, and it's something you'd say to your mate where they'd be like, oh yeah, and then this would happen. So it's so fun when you go, oh, we can try and like convey that some way so that in 40 seconds people just watch it and go, what the hell was that? What did I just watch? Rather than being like, great, now I'm going to record this song in 3 months, and then in a year people will hear it, and which is still great. But yes, it's good to have. Don't shoot where you eat, Brandon. It's good to have. Have I talked about how much I love doing weddings? Let's talk about that. No.
I was going to say.
Yes, it's fun. It's good.
I like how you're talking so negatively about music whilst promoting your brand new EP.
I'm sorry. It's not negative. How can I say it? It's refreshing. Music will never leave me, and it is such a big part of me that I would never stop doing music. It's just I've always done it. It's embedded into my personality. There's never a reason why I would stop releasing music, or it's my like 9 to 5 job. It's always so. Yeah, there's never any question of doubt about how I feel about music. So it's nice to talk about other things as if they're new and exciting, because they are, and knowing, but I'm always going to be playing guitar on the weekend, or I'm always going to be playing at someone's wedding. So it's cool. It's nice to have new things. It's nice to have new toys to play with.
And you mentioned it is your 9 to 5 job. That is 100% your income source.
Yeah.
So congratulations on that in the first place, because that's not easy to do.
Yeah,
as we know very,
it.
very well. Musician, it's hard to make a job out of that. So congratulations. Yeah. Run us through. I mean, and for those listening as well. So cool. Brandon is Funny is your Instagram, and Brandon Duff Official is your music handle. But what about the wedding stuff? What about the DJ stuff? Talk to us about that, and feel free to promote it.
Yeah, so that'll be on my, so for God's sake, BrandonDuffEvents.com. My life is an organised nightmare. BrandonDuffEvents.com is wedding/corporate events. I also post Brandon Duff Official will have like all music stuff, wedding stuff, DJ stuff, everything. So you'll see all that there. But doing more weddings, which is cool. It is always great to have music to be able to do your full-time job. Obviously, original music for 99.99% of people is not going to pay the bills or more than 0.25 cents on Spotify streams. So that's just got to be a passion. But I've been very lucky to do cover gigs, and then now getting into weddings, and I used to be a club DJ, so getting to do that as well. And play for people's entire wedding day and be there for that is a lot of fun. And it's cool to do that for people, and people appreciate it. People love it. All gigs are good, but man, when you play at someone's wedding, You can play at Gossadara Cell next to the meat raffle fridge, and some nights people don't give a shit. But yeah, to play someone's wedding and then be like, holy crap, that was so good, or I love how you did that song, it's like, oh man, that feels really good. Yeah, I've got 3 weddings this week, so yeah, it's a lot learning songs and keeping on top of being organized. But yeah, I'm very lucky, very, very lucky.
Is there, and I mean, you've been doing it for a little while now, so I feel okay saying this. If it was your first week, then I'd be like, okay, I don't want to put the pressure on you. But do you feel additional pressure being a wedding? Because having recently had a wedding myself, I know it's a very expensive day, and it's also, touted as the best day of your life. To have someone performing live entertainment, they could stuff that up. They could ruin the party at the end. So do you feel any pressure on that? Or are you, a lot of the gigs that you're going to, it's, very free flowing and it's just a lot of fun because everyone's there to have a good time because it's a wedding?
Yeah, I think, I'm getting way more used to it. I've been doing, focusing on doing like the all day weddings for about 3 years now, but the past kind of year or so, it's been really, really picking up. So I'm getting more used to it, but yeah, you definitely obviously want to put in the time to learning their songs. Sometimes people who have weddings, they don't realize how important the music is going to be, especially if you're getting played down the aisle, if they're going to learn your songs. You'd think everyone wants like Ed Sheeran songs or the same 6 songs. Nearly every wedding I do, most of the songs I'll get asked to learn, I've never even heard before, never even heard of the artist. So you want someone who's going to play your specific special song that you heard at the carnival when you met your partner. And so you want to make sure you bring that for people, but they do appreciate it. And yeah, the first wedding I was like, oh my God, I hope I don't stuff this up, but more confident now, which whenever you're more confident, you do a better job. And yeah, people appreciate it. And they always go, oh my God, had so much going on. Could barely even listen to you. So that gives you a bit more leeway as well, because if you miss a chord or a word, you go, oh, thank God, she's probably too stressed walking down the aisle. But yeah, you want to do a good job for them, especially on their day. And yeah, dude, how quickly could your whole career for weddings be over if you just really stuff one up? Still every week I'm like, please God, tell me my calendar is right. I hope I don't get a message tomorrow going, Brandon, where are you?
I would have that anxiety hard. Yeah. So have you been strumming and singing while people walk down the aisle?
That's
before?
right.
Wow. Yeah. That is like even more immense.
I know.
So kudos.
Thanks,
because clearly you haven't messed one up.
Yes,
you're getting more and more work. But that would be huge. I mean, even chords and singing, I imagine it's quite natural for you. I'm sure guitar playing is too. I'm thinking of it from a non-musical person, but from mine, I'm like, oh, what if you put your fingers in the wrong place?
I know. For sure. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, no, it is. Oh, yeah. It's a big thing. But yeah, again, the people love it, People love it more than they should. Way more often. No one ever says that was crap. And the amount of times people, are like, oh my God, people love it hiring a muso to be there for them, for their own thing, and you're doing something for them and learning you are theirs for the day. And people do love that. And people do appreciate musicians, even if it doesn't always feel that way with some of the gigs we have to do.
You mentioned that musicians are appreciated. Do you find, I guess, doing a wedding gig and a pub gig, they're obviously two very different environments, but more or less you're doing the same thing, you're singing and playing the guitar, but like, are there more similarities there than just that, or are they feel like a completely different gig and environment?
I think the acoustic sets feel similar. I prefer playing like chill, stripped back, like a chill version of a Britney Spears song or something like that. I'll play anything, but I prefer that to playing like Horses or, Land Down Under. But and then sometimes you'll try and do a chill song at an RSL club and it'll be clear very quickly that you just should not have done that. So it's really nice. You had to do a weddings and it's like, oh, this is what people want. Like they enjoy it here. But yeah, it's very similar, which is crazy that you go, oh, people, just appreciate this more. And you put on a suit and then you're kind of just doing what you've been doing anyway for 10 years, but you're just kind of in a different place, dressed differently around different people. And I guess it's all perspective, because in those environments, people are just like, oh my God, that was the best thing I've ever heard. It's like that famous conductor or violinist, or I don't even know who he is, but played, you know, like busking in a hotel lobby and like no one gave a shit or even looked at him. And then later that night, he's doing a concert for like thousands of people and everyone's like, oh, you're king. So yeah, it's all about, you want to be, once you click into a nice environment and the right environment, you go, oh, okay, I don't have to feel so nervous because this is kind of where I'm meant to be and this is a good light for me to be in and I'm good at this.
If you don't mind, that sounds very affirming, and from speaking to artists like yourself over the years, like you are a very talented musician. The very fact that you can have people who say, "Hey, can you learn this song for my wedding?" and I don't know how much notice they give you, and then you can go and do that. Like it's not undisputed, unlike your podcast interview record, but it's undisputed that you are a great musician to be able to do that. Man. But in terms of your confidence as an artist, has putting yourself in the environment of a wedding and playing to people who appreciate you rather than somebody who's drunk or, well, I mean, people are drunk at weddings, but, you know, trying to watch the footy behind you or not there specifically to see you. How has that impacted your confidence as an artist generally and in your music? Because you are a good musician, but I can imagine if you're put in an environment that doesn't appreciate you, that would still have an effect no matter how good you are.
Yeah. And I think, any muso would know who does regular gigs that aren't their own music or even their own music would have at least one gig where they can think of where they be like, why, like, oh my God, why was I there? It made me feel like I had zero talent. Like, wait, nobody cared. But yeah, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel appreciated. It can make you feel a bit melancholy because you're like, why can't I have this like every gig I go to? Why aren't people like frothing on me and loving it every time? But it's all part of it. And I guess you got to be humbled as well. You got to do gigs where you got to work for it. I guess that makes you better. It's the same with comedy. It's like some nights is great and then you'll do the same jokes and it bombs and you go, okay, I guess I needed that to remind myself that I can always get better. But yeah, it's always special playing people's special songs and having them appreciate you and appreciate you as a musician. I've probably been more appreciated through weddings than any other form of doing music, which is interesting, which is very cool and kind of sad for all the other endeavors that you do. But yeah, it's a blessing to be able to do music in the style that you are good at doing it and be slipped into the right pocket of where to do it for people to be frothing on you.
It's great. It genuinely is great. And I think it's just like, you know, musicians, I'm sure you would agree, are underappreciated and undervalued in a lot of ways. So it's great that you've been able to find an environment where you are appreciated and valued because we need people making music.
Yeah, for sure, man.
And on that, if we can bounce back to this EP that is due out, what are the details in terms of give us release dates? This is going to air. We had this in our last chat. It's Wednesday, the 16th of October. If I try and do some quick maths, I think that makes it Monday, the 21st of October.
Right.
This will air, and that is correct.
Good job, man.
With that in mind, tell us what we can expect.
EP's just come out a couple days ago, guys. Check it out. Came out on Friday. Head there now. Head to Spotify. Put them on loop, stream them. We've probably got more ridiculous videos promoting it.
Well, yeah, everybody make sure you check that out. It was released a couple of days ago. It's called Overrated. It's 4 tracks from Brandon Duff, 3 that are new, 1 that you would have heard before if you are keeping up to date with the Brandon Duff movements. And also, again, we'll plug the Brandon is Funny Instagram, the BrandonDuffEvents.com.
BrandonEvents.com.
You're doing a lot of stuff.
I know, man.
But check it all out. And in terms of this EP as well, live shows?
Yes. Yeah. We're planning a tour. And by we, I mean me and my team, which is me. We're going to do it. It's looking like January will be probably the go. End of January, Wollongong, and then I'm sure Sydney, the coast, Newcastle, stuff like that. So yes, early next year, 2025, we're going on tour, baby. Come out, wear something sexy, get lit up. Yeah, come and support some live music. Maybe I'll tell some jokes. I don't know, unless you don't want me to.
Well, based on what I can attest to your stage presence, you will. And that'll be with your band, assuming as well. Because, what was it? It was the one before Northern Lights. Excuse me for forgetting the name of it.
Yeah.
That had at least a riff in it that was like, bah.
He can
picking my jaw off the floor. Trying that I didn't let her. Memory wiped out the door. Wondering how I'll forget her. Your tattooed crossed my mind. Got me wishing you'd want mine. Think I gotta surrender again. Cause you're unforgettable.
Like a
what was it like?
Sorry, no, it was even a more delve into maybe a harder rocky elements than what we've heard from you previously. So obviously you're going to need a band to be touring that as well.
Yeah. So I love playing with a band now that I've done it. I might even try not even have to play guitar for this one. I might get a second guitarist on just so I can really run around like a lunatic. But yeah, full band show, lights, people, it'll be lit up. You'll feel it in your bones. That's what you don't get listening to music on your phone. You don't get those sub frequencies, you don't get to feel it. You don't get to feel it properly. So come out, heckle me, do whatever you want. It's always awkward because my mum comes to shows and she's religious. So I'm swearing and, borderlining, making out with friends, and it's good. It's good, I think it's good.
It's Brandon Duff. Thank you for coming in for a fourth time that you still have work to do.
My pleasure. Thank you so much, guys. We will be getting the numbers back up and I will not be taken off the throne again. Mark my words.
This episode of Homebrewed was produced by the one and only Cameron Smith, loud, live and local at Sonora Studios in Tuggerah. Big thanks to Jacket Negro for having us here. If you want to catch up with anything else we're doing, www.homebrewed.au. Find us there and hear us next time. Thinking of it from a non-musical person, but from mine, I'm like, oh, what if you put your fingers in the wrong place?
Or, for sure. Yeah.
Putting your fingers in the wrong place. That's what Michael Jackson said.
Oh, no.
As soon as it came out, where that sounds a bit hairy.
The intro in. Oh no!
I'm planning on cutting that joke out. That was just for us.
No, is that alright? I don't know anymore.
Well, we had the debate about like swearing. Yeah, no, we could swear. Like it's okay. And now, I mean, there's nothing stopping it. It's our podcast. But yeah, I respect discretion.
That is good, man.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's you got to do stand up, bro.
Probably a bit too edgy for what we've been.
That is a stand-up joke. That's the other thing about going to a comedy show is the first time I went like to watch it at the Newcastle Comedy Club, the things people were saying, I was like, oh, I thought you weren't like allowed to say anything anymore in public. But there is just so much room to, you never want to offend people, but it's like, oh, okay, these people are getting up there and just kind of really going for it, especially in an open mic. They're just trying new things and you go like, dude, did you just say that to a room full of people and now there's silence? Oh. And then they don't lose their job and, go to prison. So it's refreshing. I guess it comes with that environment. Go see a comedy show, guys. It'll really, really shake up your views of cancel culture.